Hey everyone, I hope you're having an awesome week out there in Bandland. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about how bands build their careers. Now, you might be well aware that many bands start out by writing some songs, playing a few shows, and then slowly building their fan base over months, years, or even decades. This traditional method works, but it can take a lot longer than some other ways that bands have found success with recently. The issue with the traditional method is that when bands are just beginning their careers, they're not at their best. This means that the band is still exploring their sound. They may not have completely finished songs, they might still be demoing them out and working on the arrangement and the production of the song. And potential fans might be turned off by a bad first experience at a show, which is not something that you want to have happen. Another issue with building slowly is that once people have heard you or seen you live, there's no more wow factor if the performance doesn't blow them away. The next time they see you, or the next time that you put out music, they're going to expect a similar quality. This is an issue because if you set the bar low by playing shows when you're not ready or releasing music when it's not quite there, you set the bar lower than you want to, and people will expect less of you for the next release. Now, please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying music has to be perfect, and I'm not saying your show has to be perfect. In fact, quite the opposite. Perfection is non-existent in art. It's not something that you're going to find, and it's not something that will easily come to anyone. However, you do want to practice and make sure that you're putting out a good product that people will enjoy, because that's what you want when you're creating music, is for enjoyment to come of it, or some emotional experience to come of it. Taking the time to fully craft that and do a good job with it will help you immensely in your career. Let's take a moment to look at the band I Prevail. They formed in the end of 2013, but did not post on social media, play any shows, or even release a song until December 2014, when they released a cover of Taylor Swift's Blank Space, only 3 or 4 weeks after the original song actually came out. It quickly went viral because of the originality in the song. They had really taken the song and arranged it into their own work. They turned it into a metalcore song, from a pop song to a metalcore song. That's really impressive by any standard. But they only did it in a few weeks. Then they recorded it and released it, and a week or two later, after the release of that Taylor Swift cover, they dropped their debut EP, which they'd been sitting on, waiting for the right moment. Timing is everything in the music business. If you don't get the timing just right, you'll miss out on the fans, you might miss out on shows, and you might miss out on connections. All of this attention that I Prevail got from the release quickly helped them build a fan base. No one knew them before that song was released. People were blown away that a band they had never heard of could do such a good job. And that really made them stand out from the crowd, and that cover went viral. Just a few months later, in March of 2015, I Prevail was signed to Fearless Records, one of the biggest labels in the scene, which no doubt helped propel their career even further into the stratosphere. They're now headlining tours and shows with bands who have been together for 5, 10, or 15 years opening for them. Not by any means small-time bands either. Respected bands in the scene who could headline on their own, but I Prevail just has that much of an edge up on them now because of their recent success in the last 5 years. If I Prevail had started playing shows just a month or two after they formed and released some music that wasn't so well thought out, I'm sure they would still have some success because they're very talented musicians, but I don't think they would have had the same push that they got from releasing that Taylor Swift cover and having really good timing and having a solid plan in place for marketing before they actually did anything with their music under that band name. Exploring a non-traditional route like this takes a lot of time, effort, patience, and even money to pursue. But I think lots of artists can learn from this example and do similar things with their own career. Even if you aren't totally starting fresh as a band, you can find some way to make yourself unique and stand out among the crowd in oversaturated genres where there are thousands of artists in pretty much every genre. You have to be unique in some way for people to really notice you. I'd love to hear your ideas on what you can do to become more unique as an artist, whether it's musically, your live show, your marketing, your social media presence. All of these things add up. Drop a comment and tell us what you've done to make yourself stand out so we can take a look at that. Now, one last thing. I'm opening up a very limited amount of spots for free 30-minute coaching sessions. If you go to sign up for the Better Band Bureau mailing list, the link will be in the description, and you sign up through that form, you will get an email with a link to get your free 30-minute mentor session. So, if you're interested in talking about what you can do to improve your band as a career, quick tips on what you can do to get more shows, sell more merch, anything like that. If you just want to chat about your music and see what I think about it, that's totally fine too. Go sign up for the mailing list, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful day.